Hello everyone. Today's task is about Apache Pig. Apache Pig is a very useful and human-friendly way to or platform for analyzing big data. So as before, you might have to access your virtual machine, Hadoop virtual machine. So I suppose that you have known how to access your virtual machine. Okay, so if you don't know, check previous tutorial videos about how to access your Hadoop virtual machine. Okay, so you can see that I have access my Hadoop virtual machine. So the first step, what I need to do is to open my terminal window here. Okay, then we can follow the steps. So if your Hadoop is working, you don't have to do anything for before the step 5. Okay, so if you want to know whether your Hadoop is working well, you can use some Hadoop command to test, like the HDFS. Yeah, so I think it's working now. Okay. So yeah, let's go to step 5. So you have to copy this command. See, go to the workspace, our working directory. So what you need to do is just copy, the command here. You can see that now our working directory is workspace, right? And then we have to build a directory called lab8 for today's task. So we can use mkdir, this command, init command, to build a folder called lab8. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. And next up, we copy the files in dataset lab8 to the workspace / lab8 this folder. Okay, we use cp command is used for copying file from one directory to the other directory, destination directory. Yeah, so now we can go to the lab8 directory, and let's say what has been copied. Yeah, movie.tab. So this is a data file we're going to use for today's lab task. Next step, we have to upload the movie.tab onto file system, Hadoop file system. You can use put, the hyphen put this command. So yeah, you can use this command to upload, right? This maybe you have to, I don't know whether the hyphen symbol is correct here. So you can it was not correct, so you had to input hyphen before put by menu. Okay, so you can run this command to upload movie.tab as well onto Hadoop file system. Because I have done before, so I'm not gonna execute this command. So you have to execute this command. Okay. Okay, next step, we're gonna use access, the ground shell. This is for a pig system. So this is very easy. We just input the pig command, pig, PRG, and we can access the shell for pig system. Okay, so when you see that, that means you have access to the shell system for pig. Okay. Now we can go further. This is what we need to do is load the build a relation app with loading movies.tab. We just upload this file onto Hadoop, right? So we can use this command to build app with movie.tab this document. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine. But now you might need to describe this command to view the structure of this relation. So you can use describe m, copy command here. Yeah. So you can see that the system return some feedback schema for m is unknown. So that's true because we didn't specify the schema information for movie.tab, right? So in this case, so you know that pig Latin, it lacks in schema, right? So lacks means, you know, they don't have to care, they don't have to specify a schema. But if you really want to define schema, you can use this command with some, you know, definition for each column with corresponding date type, right? For example, title with, you know, char array, with year, this, you know, column with the integer type, right? So now we just do copy this command here with detailed description to each column for the data set. So you can see that, yeah. So that's good. Then we can use this command to show the current relation M, the structure, you know, a schema of current relation M. So we just copy describe M here. Yeah. So you can see that this is the result for relation M with some schema information, title with a char array, year with, you know, integer, and length is property with an integer type, right? So you can see that for now, M relation M has detailed, you know, schema information. Okay. Then we can define another relation A. It's coming from M with, you know, actually M A just a set of, you know, the 100 entries of the previous, you know, relation M. So you can see that we can copy A equals limit M 100, right? And we can, for this tab, we just check the schema information of relation A. So we can use describe command. Right. So you can see that actually the schema information of A equal the schema information of M, right? Because A is coming from M. So they share the same schema actually. So that's the reason why the schema information is the same as M. Okay, so now we can dump the information for printing the information, the records in some relation. So we can use dump this command to show all records in relation A. Yeah, so you can see that all these are included in relation A, and all the records, right, with some corresponding information, values, or some strings. So if you want to specify some condition to filter some records, you can use a filter and filter this command, right? Filter by, and by this part actually is condition, right? So specifying condition to filter a relation. So for example, we can define a relation called MGTF. So this it's a relation. It actually is just you know, coming from relation M by, you know, selecting some records with a rating larger than 4, right? Yeah, and I think if we want to see the results for MGTF, the relation we generated, we can use dump command, right? Dump MGTF, and to say, yeah, so I think the result for MGTF, the relation, okay? So this is another example, which is generate another relation called MB6585. It's just filtering the relation M, you know, after year 1965 and before year of 1985, right? So the same as before, which is yeah, so you can see that. And if you want to see the result, you can of course dump the results of this relation by use dump command. Yeah, so they are results here, right? Okay, so you might want to download upload the results of relation MB6585 onto Hadoop. Okay, so in this case, you can use store command for Apache Pig logging. So the store just, you know, store upload the relation the records in relation to IB 6585 into a folder. A folder will be written onto Hadoop file system, HDFS system. Okay, so we can see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we have to wait maybe a few seconds. Yeah, success. And you saw a success, that means the results have been written onto Hadoop file system successfully. So if you want to say that means you have if you want to see download the results onto your local disk, you might need to use get command, right? Okay, but you might have to because for the time being you're in the shell system of Apache Pig, so you can't run get command. So what you need to do now, you can open another terminal window. So in this case, you don't have to access, you don't have to get outside of the shell system of ground shell system of Apache Pig. So you can, what you need to do now is to open another terminal window, and then you can use HDFS, DFS, and hyphen get this is actually, it's called output dates, right? The folder name, okay? I think, yeah, that's good. But firstly, I think we depend. Okay, so but you have to notice that. So which directory you are working on? For the time being, we are working on the desktop, this folder, the working directory, right? So I think if you run this command, the folder will be written inside this working directory desktop. Okay, so you have to be clear. You have to know that. Yeah, so let's say because the folder has been written to this directory desktop, so we're gonna see what do we have got. So you can see that there's some dates, right? The dates, okay. The dates, right? So you can see the result here. So you can open with Genie, okay. Yeah, so this is a result of relation and be 6585, right? So in this case, actually, you don't have to create you don't have, this way you just open a new terminal, right? You don't have to create the ground shell system of Apache Pig. Okay, so we can go further. Yeah, because all the commands actually should be run inside the shell system. Okay, so we have done step 20. So in this case, you can also use illustrate for the MB 6585. Right. Okay. And then you can also use generate a new relation called MD for using the command for each and generate. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna have. MD, right? Right. Right. And you want to see the result. Don't forget, I didn't write the command here, but you can see that I give some hints. Dump command, right? So what you need to is input dump md, right? Dump is a command, right? And md is the relation we want to print out on screen. So this is the result. You can see that each record only has two columns. The first column is about title, right? And second column is about the length, right? So it's quite easy. You can also use group by command to the relation M to generate a new relation called GY. And if you want to show the result GY, you can also use the DUMP GY, right? But from this keyword, you can see that actually the Apache pig jobs are going to be transferred to converted to MapReduce jobs. So that's why you can see that there's some MapReduce layer, MapReduce launcher. So that's interesting. You can see that all these are results relation, GUI, right? You can do further. I think it's quite easy, right? You just this P just return the first three lines or records of relation GUI, right? And you can also generate a new relation called GRD by using group by this command from relation app, previous relation app, right? Just by 2 columns rating the length, okay? And there are some other relation, some interesting function. You can use aggregation function like the average, count, star, sum, max, min. This is aggregation functions. You can use functions for defining or the results you want to show. Like this, you can use cy, generate a new relation cy, and corresponding aggregation function like count app, right? So you can see that you got some results, and you want to see the results the results in relation cy, you can use the temp cy. Yeah.